Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everybody to the Arbonne Opportunity Call with myself, Veronica Moore, and my fearless National Vice President, Maria Spillane. We are so excited to share the Arbonne opportunity with you all, and I'm so grateful for you all joining in today. We're going to have a great time learning some new information and sharing with you what makes Arbonne so special and what a great gift it is. And a few of you have heard my story already, but before we get into the actual opportunity, I want to share with you how I was introduced to Arbonne. I was introduced to Arbonne by a very special person to me, a very close friend, Ingrid. She had started her business, and I was going to an event to support her because I wanted to make sure that I was there, that she saw a familiar face in the audience, that she had that affirmation, from me that I knew that she was going to do so great at this new adventure. And so it was the winter time, was probably a couple of months after Cortez and I got married. And I always am a little bit embarrassed to share this story because it can be perceived as being a little bit rude or not attentive, I'll say. Maria, who is on the call today, she was doing a presentation that shared how to make your hands in the winter more soft rather than rough and rugged. So she was standing in the front of the room and she was giving this presentation, and my hands were sitting in this bowl of bath salts, and I was like, what is this? Oh my goodness. And she's like sharing all this information about Arbonne. I'm halfway paying attention. I'm just like, man, this feels good. What's like the next step? And so we keep putting the next steps of the products on our hands, and that just got me even more distracted. So what really got my attention was when Maria got to the income potential with Arbonne. At that time, you know, Cortez and I had just gotten married. I was really looking and searching for something that would be able to allow me to be home once we were deciding we would have children. It was something that I truly wanted. I was not willing to make a decision between my family and my career. And, you know, about 2 weeks prior to that, I was thinking about how do I start my own business and do something that I love and do something that means a lot to me. And I came up with that idea, and lo and behold, Ingrid came up with this opportunity for me to come and hear about Arbonne. And so I was really grateful for that moment because Maria, when she shares with you her story, it was a godsend. I truly believe that this was a gift sent to me, a divine intervention that happened at the right time. And for me, I'm really excited about the opportunity to be home and the fact that I will be home with baby more coming soon. June 2016, and I would not have been able to know that or hear about Arbonne if it weren't for Ingrid and for Maria sharing her story with me. And so I don't want to keep on going on and on about my story. My why is to be home with my family, and that's the biggest thing and the most important thing for me. I'm going to allow Maria to come on and share with you a little bit about her why and how she got started with Arbonne, and then share a little bit more about the business.
Thank you so much, Veronica. I love hearing from you every time. And I'll never forget the first time I met you. I felt like I got struck by lightning the first time I met you. You're an amazing person, and I knew the moment that I met you the first time that you're going to the top of this company and that you're going to be a great leader, because you're constantly coming from a place of really having that desire to empower other people. And those are the people who always fly in this business, and I'm proud to be able to work with you and get to know you. So anyway, guys, it's so nice to meet you. I am really excited to share a little bit with you. Again, my name is Maria. I've been with Arbonne for about 4 years. I started my business when I was a full-time teacher with the Allentown School District in Pennsylvania. It's an inner city school district, and I was there I would say I was working between 60 and 70 hours a week at that time. I had 2 part-time jobs in the district as well as my full-time salaried position because, you know, I wasn't really making what I needed to pay for student loans and pay for daycare and all the, and still have money left over, that kind of thing. So to make a long story short, I was working pretty absurd hours, 12 hours a day sometimes, and worse than that on some days during concert season. And my husband is a contractor, and you know he does great. But you know, when you own your own contracting business, you work pretty much 24/7. So long and the short of it is, my son was in daycare for 12 hours a day, and that wasn't working for us. I really kind of felt like our little family was falling apart. And you know what? I'm not afraid of hard work. I'm not. I've never been. And in fact, I really take pride in whatever it is I'm doing. It's part of the thing that I think makes people happy is, do great at whatever it is you're doing, right? I didn't understand what to do to change our situation because we were both working as hard as we could. There weren't any more hours in the day, and we were really stuck. That's right about when I got introduced to Arbonne. Really grateful that Arbonne came into my world when it did. I was really, again, like getting struck by lightning. I think that Arbonne comes into your life when you need it the most. I really believe that it comes into your life when you're ready for it. And, I am forever grateful to the person who invited me to be a part of this. It's really the smartest business decision I've ever made in my entire life. Like Veronica, when I was first finding out about Arbonne, I wasn't really all that present mentally until I heard about the income levels, which I will go over with you guys. I go over this first for a couple reasons. Number one, this is what made me sit up straight and pay attention because I wasn't prior to that. No one in a million years would have ever said that I would have done anything related to sales or that I would have started my own business like this. I was already totally, in my mind, fully committed every moment of my day. And what I heard when I sat down and listened to the presentation that you guys are going to hear right now, I realized it was absolutely 100% worth finding a little bit of time in the nooks and crannies of my day to get this done. So I will go on with the income potential. All of this is based on about 10 to 15 hours a week. I want you guys to understand that when you have an Arbonne business, it's like owning a franchise. You own your own business. So nobody's going to tell you how many hours to work. Nobody's going to tell you you have to work holidays. No one is going to tell you you can only work 6 hours a week. You can do as much or as little as you want. And you can do, you can really grow it as big as you want to. You can go as fast or slow as you want. It's all up to you. Our job is to really help you map out an action plan that's going to fit your lifestyle, that's going to fit into the nooks and crannies of your life as it exists and help you get to whatever goals it is that you set for yourself. So the first level of management is the district manager level. District manager, the income potential there is around $1,200 a month, and it is a phenomenal level. It's nothing to sneeze at. There are people who get to that level, and because of Arbonne, they're able to stay in their houses. There are people who come into this business just to have guilt-free shopping money or vacation money for their families, or to pay their student loans, or to go to college without debt. There are people who are coming into this just to have a little supplemental income for retirement. All of that is wonderful stuff. For me, that's not what would have really drawn me in. I needed to know that there was significant income potential there because there was no way I was looking for a hobby at that time in my life. The area manager level is the second level of the business, and that's the level that really drew me in and made me pay attention. The area manager level, that income potential there is between $3,000 and $5,000 a month, and at that level, you're actually able to will the income to your family. So if something were to happen to me, my kids would actually get the paycheck that I've created every single month for the rest of their lives, and then 2 more generations beyond that. No one has ever offered that to me before, and when I brought that in front of my lawyer, he was completely blown away and had to ask for proof and paperwork and everything, and he looked at that and he was like, do you have any idea what this is worth? Because I cannot even put a number on that. And I'm so proud to be a part of a company that really values the people that they're working with that much. I mean, that's really powerful. And I remember sitting there in my seat and looking at the woman who was presenting, and she was actually using these like little cue cards. She had everything like laid out, and like she was like reading from the cue cards and then turning the pages. And what I realized in that moment is that the person standing in front of me was making more money than I was, working 10 to 15 hours a week, and I was working 60 to 70. And I was like, okay, I got it. She knows something that I don't. It's about time I pay attention. The third level is the regional vice president level, and I watched my cue card toting friend become a regional vice president about 2 months after I started my business. The regional vice president level, that level is really special. Number one, the income potential is $8,000 to $10,000 a month plus. But what's really exciting there is that Arbonne actually gives you a free Mercedes-Benz. You're actually given a white Mercedes-Benz, which is a symbol for pure, safe, and beneficial, the mission statement of our company. And that is really amazing to me. When I started, I had a poverty mindset. And I tell everyone the greatest gift Arbonne has ever given me is that they have taught me that the only person in the world who can place limits on you is you. That's it. But I did have a poverty mindset when I started, and I didn't believe that people earned the car. Now, I did it anyway because I saw that the girl with the cue cards was an area manager, and that's really where I wanted to be. But then I saw her earn it, and now at this point I've seen, hundreds of people earn their Mercedes-Benz, and every month in our success line somebody is earning Mercedes-Benz. It's really powerful, and it's the real deal. It's a decision. The people who decide to get there, those are the people who get there, and all it takes, if you are committed to keeping it simple and following the system for success that we have set in place, and you're consistent with the part-time hours that you put in, it's inevitable that you're going to be moving up those levels. Now, the top of the company is the national vice president level. That's where I am now. It took me 4 years to achieve this level. The national vice president level, the average income there is around $22,000 a month. The income potential at that level, there is no cap. There's no glass ceiling. It's infinite. Arbonne is one of the only companies I've ever heard of who does not put a cap on your income. Most franchises out there in the world, like if you make X amount of dollars, that's all you're allowed to make, and then anything over that, the parent company actually keeps the extra. Arbonne doesn't do that. Arbonne allows you to grow your business as big as you want. So yes, we've got plenty of people who come into this just for a little bit of extra money, just for that mortgage payment, just for that free shopping money, whatever. But we have a lot of people who come into this business to replace full-time income, to replace corporate salaries, to build a multi-million-dollar business. There are a lot of people, remember $22,000 as an average, there's a lot of people making 6 figures a month in this business, and several of them are very close friends of mine. So this is something that I know to be true, and all I need to know is what's possible. Once I know something's possible, it's only a matter of time before I can achieve it, and it's only a matter of time until the people that I'm teaching are also going to achieve that. And that is really, to me, what's powerful about this business. The fact that it's a vehicle to get you anywhere that you want to go, whatever your freedom looks like. My freedom is my family. My freedom, what freedom looks like to me, is being able to be with the people that I love the most of the time, and to really be present with them. Now, whatever it is that freedom means to you, whether it's traveling the world or being a lifetime student without debt, or owning your own home, or whatever it may be. It could be something huge, absolutely astounding, like building libraries and orphanages in developing countries. And everybody has their own idea. This is a vehicle that can get you where you want to be. And it's exciting, very, very exciting, because it is very part-time. So you can make your living just like you always have, and then on the side, in the nooks and crannies of your day, you can build your legacy, very, very part-time. Now, I'm going to explain exactly how that works in a moment, but first, before I get into that, I want to share with you where I am now because of Arbonne. Because of Arbonne, I've been home with my son for 3.5 years. I get to take him off the bus and put him on the bus every day, and I get to do his homework with him every day. Because of Arbonne, my daughter, who's a year old, will never see the inside of a daycare. Because of Arbonne, my husband gets to spend a lot more time with his children than almost any other dad that I know of, and that's just going to get better with time. Now, at this point, I see what this business can do for people, and I'm on a mission to help as many people have what I have as possible. Okay, so with that being said, our products are probably the next thing I should share with you guys, because we are completely unique on the market. There's actually no other company in the entire world that offers what we offer. to the extent that we do. Now, we're a 35-year-old health and wellness company. We're formulated in Switzerland, but manufactured here in the U.S. in Irvine, California. We're pH correct. We're dermatologist, ophthalmologist, pediatrician tested and approved. We are 35 years vegan certified and cruelty-free. We are green for 35 years. We're GMO-free, gluten-free, soy-free, obviously dairy-free because we're vegan. We're a hypoallergenic company. We're even OU kosher certified, which if you know anything about that, that's a completely outrageously stringent process. And it's awesome to have that level of purity. And it just gets better and better. We have the safest products that exist on the market, and in addition to that, we have the #1 rated products for efficacy. These products actually do what they're supposed to do. So let's talk a little bit about synthetics and carcinogens and toxins for a second. In the U.S., the FDA does not regulate skincare, cosmetics, toiletries, or for the most part, herbal supplements. So because of that, 80% of herbal supplements don't contain what they say they do on the label when you purchase them from a shelf in a store. And that's according to NPR and several studies that were recently done. Now, on the flip side, the cosmetics, skincare, toiletries, all of those things, 98% of those things sold in the U.S. contain multiple carcinogens and toxins. That's absurd, I know, but there's a few you can look at. Like if you go grab a couple things off your shelf and turn them around after this is over, you're going to see a few things. #1, you're going to see mineral oil. It's probably the first, second, or third ingredient on the label. It is a byproduct of the gasoline industry. When you boil crude oil to a high temperature, gasoline comes outside as the product, and then the sludge left over is mineral oil. Mineral oil is used as a filler in skincare, cosmetics, and toiletries because if big oil were to get rid of it in an environmentally sound way, it would cost billions of dollars because it's a known toxin. Now, they get away with selling it very cheaply to skincare, cosmetics, and toiletries companies to use as a filler because it's 100% legal, #1. And #2, it's colorless, it's odorless, it doesn't go bad, and it has a really large molecule, so it fills up a bottle really quickly. So we're really talking about 30 to 90% of the product that you're using is mineral oil. Mineral oil is something called unocclusive. When you put an occlusive toxin on your skin, it shuts down your skin's ability to detoxify, holding toxins inside longer. Also, it is the second leading cause of premature aging in your skin, next to the sun. And on top of that, there's no quality standards for mineral oil at all because it's an unregulated industry. And mineral oil will typically contain all sorts of trace minerals and chemicals from the ground that you do not want on or in your body no matter what, like benzene and things like that, okay? So there's a lot about mineral oil that we really want to avoid. Another one that you're going to see, hands down, is parabens. Parabens are a high-level preservative. They actually will add about 20 to 30 shelf years to a product. And what they do, why we don't want them, they're actually proven to cause breast cancer. So that's proven in 2014. It's actually illegal in other countries, but here in the U.S. and in a handful of developing companies, these people who put the product out change their formulations when selling to the U.S. because it cheapens the product and raises their profit margin. Okay, so even if it's a European product, we're still looking at a situation where you don't get the product the way that it's developed in Europe. You get it in the U.S., a totally different formulation. So you're going to see mineral oil, parabens, tar, talc, lead, phthalates, all being a part of the product. And half the time you're not even seeing anything like that on the label because they know that you know not to put lead on your mouth. Okay, so they know that we know not to do that. So they don't put lead on your lipstick label, but it's in over 98% of lipsticks out there. If you look at the 2011 lead and lipstick study from the FDA, you'll see that in writing. So to move away from the scary stuff and into the solution part of this. Arbonne is a solution-based company. The whole purpose of Arbonne, the reason that Arbonne exists, our founder, Peter Mork, came here to this country with a vision and a dream in his heart. And his vision, his dream was to create products that would help prevent diseases instead of cause them. And that is really and truly what Arbonne is today and the purpose of Arbonne. He wanted to create a product that was so high quality but would really be in the hands of the average person and not just for the elite. Okay, so number one, the quality of the product matters. Not only is it about what we don't have, it's about what we do have. So it's all grade A botanicals. It's 100% pure. There's no filler at all. Every single solitary thing in there, every ounce is all actual botanical. Okay, that's number one. Number two, there's 3 levels of quality out there in the world that you can expect to see. The bottom of the barrel is called American Standard, and that's what you're going to see at a grocery store or a drugstore. The second level is called Premium. That's what you would see at a department store. And the top of the line is Ultra Premium. That's what Arbonne is. Now, typically that would cost like $200 to $400 an ounce if you're to go into high-end boutique or some high-end department store to get it. But Arbonne, which is not available in any of those places. Arbonne is rated up there at the ultra premium level. We're actually number 1 globally for anti-aging, which I think is amazing. But we actually come in below department store prices. So if you look at a 6-month supply of our product, number 1, it's highly concentrated, very intense medical grade product. Number 2, so it lasts like 2 to 3 times longer than your typical bottle of the same size from a department store. But number 2, we also give wholesale discounts, very deep wholesale discounts. You can actually save 20 to 80% on all the products that we have to offer. So if you look at that, a 6-month supply of our anti-aging system, it comes in about a third of Clinique, a quarter of Lancome, or an eighth of Chanel, just to give you an idea of price point. Now, the reason that's possible, and the reason it's possible for Arbonne to be as generous as they are with the consultants, is because of our business model. Okay, we're a highly refined and modernized version of the network marketing platform. Network marketing at this point is considered to be the fastest growing industry in the entire world, and is also considered by financial analysts to be the business model of the 21st century. But a lot of people still don't know what network marketing actually is, and I know I didn't when I started. So I like to define that for people. There's 2 components to network marketing. Number 1 is word of mouth advertising. Word of mouth at this point in our culture is king. Okay, the day of the ad is over. We've actually completely desensitized ourselves to them. We don't even see them on the side of our Facebook feed. We barely pay attention to them for their entertainment value during a Super Bowl game, and then we can't even remember what the ad was for. People are tired of it. They don't really get excited about the glossy, the perfect, made up, the fake. People are really craving truth. They're craving reality. They're craving real people. So Arbonne's been doing that for 35 years. From the very beginning, we've never used advertising. Arbonne has never used advertising. They've been word of mouth since day 1, and they have really built a phenomenal business just on word of mouth alone. Now, with what's happening in our culture and how word of mouth is really the absolute number 1 form of advertising now, considering social media and all that, of course, we're exploding because of that. Think about, you know, paying millions of dollars to a high-end celebrity to pretend that they use a product, right? That's what most people do. Arbonne doesn't do that. Arbonne is about bringing it home to real people who are actually speaking with honesty and integrity about a product that they're actually using themselves, if that makes sense. So that is really what network marketing is about on that side of things. Now, the other piece of network marketing is that network marketing is a distribution model that cuts out all the middlemen. So let's say you buy a product off a shelf at a store. That product will have gone from a manufacturing facility to a wholesale warehouse to distribution centers and teams, and then it's going to get shipped out to all of the retail establishments. And all along the line, there's that, you know, huge industry of advertising, sucking money out of that product all over the place. Now, when you pull that product off the shelf and you purchase it and you bring that product home, you're paying 6 to 7 different industries for that product. What a waste is that? Arbonne does it completely differently. Arbonne ships directly from the manufacturing facility to the doorstep of the client, and the only person in the middle is the independent consultant. That leaves millions of dollars lying on the table, okay? And Arbonne splits that money 3 different ways. The first place it goes is to the consultants, because Arbonne's belief is that the people who are actually doing it should get paid the most. The second place that it goes is to the client, to make sure that the client price point stays where it belongs, but also to make sure that Arbonne can continuously make our clients feel very, very valued with not only specials, but free products, gifts, all kinds of wonderful things, money back in their account. So, you know, it's pretty phenomenal what Arbonne is able to give to our clients because of this. The third place that money goes is to product research and development, to make sure that we're continuously coming out with the most cutting edge products on the market. Okay, and we do, which I'll get into a little bit. So the next thing I want to share with you guys is something called the 4 key factors of network marketing. And this is, I'm telling you, I believe that this is the best network marketing company out there. But there are other great companies. There are some really bad companies too, obviously. How do you tell the difference between them? And that's what the 4 key factors are about. It's just like going to a restaurant. There's some great restaurants and some really bad restaurants. So I guarantee that you guys have some kind of criteria that you follow if you're going to set foot in a restaurant and eat their food. Most of the time, it requires a word of mouth recommendation from a friend. If a friend has eaten there and liked it, you're going to go. So that's a no-brainer. Beyond that, it's usually obviously good food, good service, and ambiance, right? So when it comes to a network marketing company, there are 4 key factors there as well. Now, clearly, being recommended face-to-face by someone that you actually know and care about is really awesome in this. In fact, we always talk about the fact that we're very lucky in Arbonne because we get to pick and choose who we invite into this business. So, you know, if you get invited to become a part of this, you know that the person inviting you sees something special in you and believes in you, and that means something. That means something. So whether this turns out to be a fit for you or not, you can at least walk away knowing that, you know, you have that, and I think that's awesome. But the 4 key factors, number 1 is a consumable. When you build a business based on a consumable product, you're building a solid, sustainable foundation that continues to grow over time. People run out of shampoo. They run out of body wash. They run out of toothpaste. They're going to run out of their protein shakes, their vitamins, their energy drinks. They're going to run out of their diaper rash cream. They're going to run out of everything that they use on a day-to-day basis. And once you have introduced someone to this product, all they need to do is this. And boom, the package is sent to their house. And you get paid for that. Okay, because when you have a preferred client, their ID is attached to yours. And when they go to reorder their products, you get paid for that every time. If you find 5 new preferred clients a month, and you know, you can find 5 new preferred clients at one presentation, honestly. But let's say you have 5 new preferred clients a month. At the end of a year, you have 60 people who are reordering from you every time they run out of stuff. And Arbonne makes it really, really easy for them because number 1, they can have anonymous shopping and shop whenever they feel like it online. Number 2, Arbonne gives them tons of freebies. They get free money back in their account towards the next time they purchase, and they get a huge wholesale discount. So people come back again and again and again. And then when you marry that to an ultra premium product that really works better than anything they've ever had before, and we get very, very product loyal fans in Arbonne. We have almost evangelical product users with Arbonne, which I think is really fun, actually. So the second key factor is marketplace demand. That's who you can share with. If you have a large market, you can produce a large paycheck. If you have a small market, you are really cutting your potential short. So you do not want a niche market in this economy. You want a really wide reach. Arbonne has the largest marketplace demand you can possibly have. We have products specifically designed for men, specifically designed for women, and a lot of products that are actually non-gender specific, so people can share them at home. We also have products for little tiny babies, all the way up to the #1 anti-aging system, according to clinical trial, in the entire world. We have skin care and body care for every skin type, hair care for every hair type. We have a full line of color cosmetics that's award-winning and anti-aging, and toothpaste and deodorant, and all of those things that I just mentioned can be considered a topical vitamin supplement because, when you put them on your body, guys, when you put something on your body, it absorbs into your bloodstream and into your, within 26 seconds, every organ in your body, right? So when you're putting things with carcinogens and toxins on your body, those carcinogens and toxins are in every organ in your body within about 26 seconds. But when you put something in your body that is filled with whole food vitamins, that's what gets absorbed instead. Okay, sorry, I got excited for a second. I'll get back to the program. So we also have nutrition, obviously. We would not be a health and wellness company without that. The nutrition products are phenomenal. We have products for fitness. We have weight management and weight loss products. We also have phenomenal detox products and energy products, products for your immune system. We have day-to-day nutrition, and we do have products for children as well. So we're really far-reaching. Pretty much every single thing a family uses every single day, we have it somewhere in our catalog. So our marketplace demand is massive. The third key factor is timing and trends, and this is really something I want you guys to pay attention to. I love that this business can help people. I love that this business can take a family who is in dire straits and get them into the black. I love that. But really, I don't want you guys to misunderstand what it is. It is absolutely a multi-million-dollar business, 100%. If you want to own and operate a multi-million-dollar business, this is it. And it is all about the timing. Timing is so important in a business like this. There's two massive trends coming together right now that are creating an absolutely crazy explosion in Arbonne. The first, obviously, is the home-based business boom. Network marketing, it's the #1 fastest growing industry in the entire world. That is huge. But there's something else, the health and wellness revolution. That's the second big trend that's happening right now. Okay, 20 years ago, the only people who went to the gym were bodybuilders. Now, everyone has a gym membership whether or not they use it. Okay, and if they're not using it, they feel guilty because the social pressure to be healthy and to be fit is really, really strong because that's where everybody is going. Everybody's researching, everybody's reading, everybody's learning, everybody's self-educating and looking to stay out of the doctor's office. Instead of going there to get a pill to fix it, they're looking to not get sick to begin with. That is the health and wellness revolution. And it has been powerfully growing all the way through the recession, exponentially, to the point where it is now considered to be a recession-proof industry. Okay, and at this point, it's the second fastest growing industry in the world. It is actually about to surpass network marketing and become #1, and it will be a $1 trillion industry this year. So the last $1 trillion industry to hit was the dot-com boom. If you've ever thought to yourself, I wish I had stock in Apple or I wish I had stock in Google, stop wishing and get it done because this is it. There's no question in my mind that Arbonne is the Apple of the health and wellness industry because we've been around the longest. We do it the best. We've been around for 35 years. 35 years ago, nobody cared about gluten-free or vegan or cruelty-free or green, except for Peter Mark, our founder, okay? And we've been this way all along, perfecting those formulations that now everybody out there is like trying to rush together some formulation they can slap a green label on. Okay, they're trying to jump on the bandwagon built by Arbonne. Arbonne is the leading edge of the health and wellness revolution, and when you marry that to network marketing, you have something absolutely powerful. The LRI report from Forbes came out and has projected 600% to 700% growth for us in the next 6 to 7 years. In the next 5 years, you're going to see Arbonne become a household name. And you will see Arbonne as the #1 network marketing company in the entire world before long. Because all of this is happening, we're now globalizing. We're at the very beginning stages of the largest strategic globalization in the history of network marketing. We are currently in the US, the UK, Australia, Canada, and Poland. We're going into Taiwan in 2016, and you're going to see us going into handfuls of new countries after that. Okay, we are on fire right now. Everybody wants what we have, and what we've been doing for the last 35 years are now the hottest buttons you can possibly press on the market. So the fourth key factor of network marketing is kind of what makes this whole thing make sense. Okay, and that's called time leveraging. Time leveraging is the ability to create a residual income. Now, this business takes work. It's a business, okay? If you're not afraid of that, you can make a ton of money in this business if you choose to follow the system. But understand it is very part-time. It's expected to be very part-time. And by hard work, I was a bartender in my life. I was a full-time musician. I was an educator. I used to sort rotten tomatoes when I was in high school. And I drove an ice cream truck. Okay, those are like a little overview of all my jobs that I've had. Over time, this is not as hard as any of those jobs. Just to put it out there so that you have a comparison, but you do have to follow a system. It's a very simple system, which I will explain to you guys in about a minute. But I want to explain to you what residual income is about first. Time leveraging, the ability to create residual income, is why you can build such a lucrative business with very part-time hours. And if you don't know about residual income, this is something you really need to hear about. And if you do know about it, you would obviously walk through fire to get it for yourself and for your family. Residual income is money that keeps coming in even when you're not actively hands-on working. And here's the big secret. All wealthy people have some form of residual income happening. It's just a part of what you do to create your future. There is a massive retirement crisis that is about to hit, and it's already hitting. It's, the retirement age has already gone up 5 years, and they're saying within the next decade or two there will be no retirement at all. Network marketing is considered to be the #1 best possible solution for that crisis because it creates residual income. So how does it work? If you have 10 hours a week to invest in yourself, and you want this for yourself, your family, you're going to grow this, right? 10 hours a week. If you find 4 people who are looking to do the same thing and they follow you, you're getting paid on 50 hours a week of results, because you not only get paid on your own sales, you get an override on what your team is doing at that level. Okay? Now, when each of them duplicates and does the same thing, now you're getting paid on over 210, and they're getting paid on 50. When their teams duplicate and do the same thing, now you're getting paid on over 800 hours a week of results. That's what it looks like to be a brand new regional vice president with Arbonne driving a free Mercedes-Benz. It's not rocket science. There's no special sauce or magic. It is very simply math. It's a lot of people doing their own little bit, and everyone works together in an incredibly empowering environment to create that success together. Now, the reason that it works is because we do have a simple, duplicatable system. Okay? Not for nothing, the reason that most people might not, like anybody who's not succeeding in a home-based business, the #1 reason for that is that they're not following a system. Whether they had one to begin with or not, they're not following one. The #1 reason people are successful in a network marketing business, every single successful network marketing professional is following a system. And we have an incredibly strong and proven system for success in place, and the mentorship and the education to help people follow it. Okay, so what is that? Simply put, we stop shopping and supporting all those major corporations who don't really care about whether or not we get cancer, and we start shopping from our own store instead at a very deep wholesale discount. We invest in ourselves instead. And then we teach and train other people to do the same thing. And everybody's got a choice. They can either shop from you at a very deep wholesale discount, someone that they love, someone that cares about them, or You can teach them how to turn their monthly expenses into an income themselves. And they can shop from their own store too, and you're building a team together. Because think about it. You spend money every single month anyway on these products. Why not turn it around and get paid for it? We get paid to shower. When I get in the shower and I use my shampoo and I use my body wash or whatever it is, I get paid for that. Because at this level, once you're a district manager and up, you get paid on your own purchases too. To me, it's an absolute no-brainer. Whether you choose to, just make your skincare and cosmetics and toiletries and nutrition products like pay for themselves, or you decide that you're going to build a multi-million-dollar business or anything in between. To me, it is a no-brainer. Now, there's two ways that we reach out to people. And I guess really I should say, Veronica, that there's three ways that we reach out to people, because right now we are totally on a video conference, which is not on that list. But outside of a video conference, the ways that we really reach out, the meat and potatoes of our business is face-to-face, belly-to-belly. And we are either going to be reaching out to people with a group presentation, we can do a business presentation, we can do a health and wellness seminar, we can do a 28-day clean eating challenge, we can do all different kinds of things with our skincare, like facials, or like the winter hand repair that we did, Veronica, right? So many different things, okay? But the other way that we reach out to people, which is something that I think is really incredible, is called the results approach. The results approach is really different. I've never seen anybody do it before. I want you guys to picture yourself going into a department store as a consumer, and you go up to a makeup counter, and you are looking for anti-aging, and you point out a very nice high-end anti-aging set, and you say to the woman behind the counter, "Hi, I'm looking for anti-aging. This looks very intriguing to me, but I don't know if it's going to work for me or not, so I'm just going to take it. I'll come back in about a week, and if I like it, I'll pay for it." What do you think they would say to you? They would call security and have your butt hauled out of the store, probably. But oddly enough, that's what we do in Arbonne. We give people products to borrow and try. Veronica is going to show you guys a kit. She's going to hold the kit up for you guys. This is one example of a kit that we would make. This is actually the Calm line, which is designed for people who have clinically sensitive skin. So one of the things I love about this is, what if you do have sensitive skin and you've been trying everything your whole life and nothing has worked? It's scary to try to spend money on a new skincare system. So the fact that we allow people to take product at home and try it, two things are really important about this. Number one, we know what the product does. We know that it will give results within 48 hours, and we're really proud of that. And people come back already in love with the product. I consider my kits to be my employees. My little employees go out, and they're in other people's houses. I'm putting my kid to bed, I'm making dinner, whatever. They're washing their face. They're using the nutrition products. They're feeling really good. They're looking really good, and they're in love by the time we get back together. But the other piece of it is this. I give every single person a chance to actually turn this into an income for themselves too, because you don't know what's going on in people's lives. You don't know what people's dreams are, right? So I always tell people, when you take this home to check it out, turn my business card around and call this number. And if you're looking for extra money and this sounds like fun to you, we should talk about it, because this could really be a life changer. And they go home. First of all, they love that I'm giving them this kit. I give somebody a kit. I'm like, hey, I own my own business. I'm really proud of it. Why don't you just take this home for a few days? The answer is always, wow, really, Maria? That's so nice of you, because no one's ever done that. It takes me 30 seconds to hand someone that kit. And they're introduced to both the business model and the product at the same time. Okay, now when the kit comes back, what do I do? Okay, so most of my business is made up of coffee dates, play dates, and a glass of wine here and there. Okay, so mostly coffee dates. I think it was very early in my business. I'm like, I should really make most of my, I got to do more coffee dates. I can't meet all these people for a glass of wine. That's not going to work for me. It's not healthy. So in any case, a detox tea is probably the best thing to have. A little Arbonne detox tea. But it's just people hanging out, relaxing, and being real and easygoing about this whole thing. It's very laid back. in approach when you hand someone that kit. But you always want to give them a specific time and a date that you're getting back together. They're going to bring back the kit, and you're going to talk about Arbonne. And here's what's going to happen. One of three things will typically happen. Now, sometimes people say no. I don't really worry about that too much because you know what? Some people like peanut butter and jelly, and some people don't. And that's not going to bother me. I'm really looking for the people who want healthy, clean, green, vegan products, who are really going to be rocked by that, and they're going to love that. So when they come back to me and they've tried this kit, they're either falling in love with the product and they want it, and I get to show them our preferred rewards program, which Arbonne has designed to help all of us grow a strong, sustainable business. And that program will give them a 20, they're going to be able to get 20 to 80% off depending on what they do and how they order and whether they're hosting and all that stuff. But they're also going to get free products. When they purchase that anti-aging system, right now they get $60 back in their account towards the next purchase. They get free products that they get to pick. It's really, really generous. And they get a free membership out of that too. So the Preferred Rewards program is awesome. The second thing that can happen, maybe they purchase some products right there and then, but they've listened to the call and they really want everything. They want to completely Arbonize their home. They don't want their kids to get cancer. They want to protect their family. They want products that work better. And you know what? They're really kind of excited about the wholesale discount, but they want everything right now. So they're going to host a little something. They're going to fill their living room, or they're going to get a few people in sweatpants around their kitchen table, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to either do a hand repair, or we're going to do a 28-day clean eating challenge, or we're going to do some presentation. And the host, if you have a host who does this for you and they get their friends around the kitchen table, you go and you have some fun, whatever, depending on their sales, they can earn up to $1,000 in product at 80% off, plus free products and half-price products. That's crazy. That is really generous, and that doesn't come from us. From the consultants. That comes from Arbonne. That's called our Host Rewards program. And that is another program that Arbonne has set in place to help you grow a strong, solid, sustainable business. Now, the last thing that can happen, somebody sits down with me after trying that kit and listening to that call, and I hear this a lot, Maria, this is literally the smartest thing I've ever heard in my life. Let's talk about what I need to do to start this business. And then we're talking about building a business together. Now, when you become a part of Arbonne, it comes with all sorts of wonderful things. Number one, clearly you get an absurd discount. Number two, you're going to get paid on your sales. At the district manager level, you get paid on your own purchases. And you get paid on what your team is doing, get an override on what your team is doing. In addition to that, there's cash bonuses at every single level. And there's gifting and trips as well, So there's jewelry, there's bags, there's wallets, there's watches, there's all sorts of presents that you get from Arbonne because they are a gratitude and a positive psychology-based company. They believe that if you feel valued by them and if they notice what you're doing, that you're going to have a more successful business. So they're reaching out constantly. They're sending me a Tiffany necklace right now because I earned a challenge, and they always write the nicest things in there, that we're so grateful for you, thank you for all that you do. And you know what, that means a lot. It means a lot. And I've met these people. They are really incredible people who do want all of us to feel valued. Now the trips though, that is probably my very favorite perk outside of the Mercedes-Benz, obviously. The trips are amazing, and you can earn them for yourself. You can earn them for your entire family. If you don't have a family yet, you can earn them for you and your friends. And we're talking about like 5-star vacations. Last one that I went on was a 7-day Royal Caribbean cruise. That was awesome. I got to bring my entire family on that one. And I'm going on a trip to Manhattan for a Broadway show coming up in December, and then Hawaii in January. And all of that is paid for by Arbonne. Okay, that's crazy. And then, there's another one to Vegas coming up too that Arbonne is paying for. So how do you earn those trips? I will tell you something. If you follow the system for success and you want to have that trip, all you need to do is follow their program. They set it all out for you specifically to teach you how to grow a very strong, sustainable, and thriving, exponentially growing business. So anybody can earn that trip. And I'm telling you right here and now, if you guys decide to jump into this with both feet, I will train you how to earn that trip if you're willing to do it, the work necessary, which, like I said, part-time but super consistent. Okay, so I know that each of you may have some questions. I will tell you that jumping into Arbonne, it may or may not be the right thing for you. You're the only person who can decide that. There's not going to be, we're not like into a push or anything. This is about you and about the absolute power that this could have in your life, and the change that it could make for you. If it's for you, awesome. We're going to lock arms with you. We're going to coach you, train you, and mentor you to where you want to be in this business. If this is not a fit for you, it is not a big deal, but you may know somebody else who would be a phenomenal fit. And not for nothing, you'll fall in love with the products, no matter what, because they're amazing. But really do take a serious look at this. I can't express enough the impact that this has had on my lives. And I've watched so many lives change because of the 5 seconds of courage it takes to say yes. So take a very serious look. And I want to leave you with 2 questions before I turn this back over to Veronica. These 2 questions were asked of me when I took a look at Arbonne, and they really rocked my world. Number 1, if you continue to do what you're doing right now for the next 5 years, where do you see yourself, especially financially? And then the second question is, if something were to happen to the main source of income coming into your home, how long could you survive on what you have saved in the bank? For me, 4 years ago, those questions were terrifying. Terrifying. I mean, I think I pretty much shut down that thought process because it was not a good answer. Only 4 years later, I have a completely different set of answers. I know exactly where I will be in 5 years. And you know what? It's looking awesome. And I am so proud to say, and so honored to be working with all of these incredible people in my success line, like Veronica. I mean, it is an honor to be a part of elevating, empowering, and lifting up other people in this business. And it is one of the most fulfilling things I have ever done in my life. Okay, so I'm going to turn this back over to Veronica. Love you, girl.
All right. Maria said something very, very important during the presentation, and that's we get to choose who we invite to join us in business. And all of you on this call know me and know that I'm pretty particular about the people that I surround myself with. There are some people that I would not even speak the words Arbonne to. I'm very intentional about the energy that I keep around myself. I'm very intentional about who it is that I connect my spirit and my person to. And each of you who are invited to this call, you have something very specific about you. You have something very special about you that I know you would rock this business. I absolutely know that with my whole heart. You all heard what my why was. It's to provide freedom and financial choice for my family. My husband and I will be able to see every single step of our child's life. And that excites me. Your why is for you. Each of you has something different that really sparks you, that really empowers you, that really gets you going. Mine is my family, and there's nothing more in life that I want right now in this very moment, and that's provide choice for my family, and I know that I'm able to do that. I'm going to stop the broadcast and thank you all for coming. We're going to allow some time for questions, but thank you all so much. We hope that you this call that really sparked something inside of you to give Arbonne that try.